All right, folks, happy Monday. Now, today we're going to talk about XRP. Get this, hitting $1,896.23 to be exact. We're going to be talking about XRP handling a portion of the derivatives market and doing the math. Now, we always have fun, and we're going to break this down and explain why it matters and what we can actually expect, what a realistic expectation for XRP is over the future. So let's get right on into it. So I got this tweet here from Mr. Man XRP on Twitter, and I'm going to break this down. It looks like he threw in an assumption that XRP would capture 10% of the derivatives market, assuming that the derivatives market is over 1 quadrillion in notional value. Okay, so a couple assumptions there. But Mr. Man says, now that Ripple has entered the derivative space, here is a potential outlook. What the value of XRP would be if it captured just 10% of the derivatives market. Take this as a grain of salt. Take this with a grain of salt, I think is what he meant to say. But it looks like he put this into Perplexity, which I'm assuming is some sort of chat GPT AI program. And he queried this search result. Let's see what we get. Based on the search results, it is difficult to provide an accurate answer to this question. However, we can make some assumptions and use the current market cap of XRP to estimate its price if it were to process 10% of the derivatives market. As of August 4, 2023, the current market cap of XRP is $34.9 billion US dollars. Assuming that XRP processes 10% of the derivatives market, which is estimated to be over 1 quadrillion in notional value, we can calculate the following. 10% of 1 quadrillion equals 100 trillion. If XRP processes 100 trillion and its current market cap is 34.9 billion, then the market cap of XRP would need to increase by approximately 2,865 times. Using the current price of XRP, which is 66 cents US dollars, which I think right now it's, what is it? It dipped back down. It's at like 61 cents right now at the time of the recording. We can estimate that the potential price of XRP, if it were to process 10% of the derivatives market, would be 66 cents times 2,865, gives us the price of 1,896.23. So nearly $2,000 XRP. Let's just round up and make the math simple. If we're going to settle, 10% of the derivatives market, we're going to be looking at a price of 2,000 XRP based off of this math. Therefore, if XRP were to process 10% of the derivatives market with its current market cap, its price could potentially increase to 1,896.23 cents US dollars. However, it's important to note that this is a rough estimate and there are many factors that could affect the price of XRP, including market volatility, regulatory changes, and competition from other cryptocurrencies, of course. What we have to understand too is that you have derivatives that, you have settlement, but then you have value parked in an asset, which is what the market cap calculation is giving us. So folks confuse market cap versus liquidity value. Let me give you a simple explanation. There's $1 trillion in Apple stock or whatever the market cap of, I think someone said that the market cap of NVIDIA is about $1 trillion in my Twitter spaces last night. We were talking about overvalued stocks and how NVIDIA is trading at over 200 times their earnings. But side note, back to crypto, you look at a stock like that where there's $1 trillion of market cap. That's the value of basically the amount of shares and the current price that it's trading at gives you that market cap. Okay, so we understand how much value is parked in the asset, in that stock. Okay, but then you have liquidity value, which is the equation, the value that gets settled on a daily basis in networks like Swift, which the whole problem with Swift is that it's not a settlement network. It is just a messaging network and messaging layer, and then you still need the settlement to take place. But the point here that, apples to apples comparison can't be done when you're looking at market cap and liquidity value. That's the point. And so when we're looking at how high can XRP go based off of settling these liquidity flows that could be valued in the trillions of dollars daily, $6 trillion daily at Swift, $14 trillion daily at ACI worldwide, $2 trillion just within the United States domestic payment rails at the clearinghouse. So you literally have 20 plus trillion in daily flows of volume in just a few networks. 20 trillion daily. Now to put that into perspective, right? You have hundreds of trillions that is parked in market cap within the securities of what we call stock in the equity market, right? And so, yeah, when you look at derivatives, you're looking at value that's parked within the derivatives, and most of that is stored within, US dollar valued derivatives. But then if you start to park these derivatives within the XRP ledger, and folks start to create tokens on the XRP ledger that are a derivative of something else, whether that's somebody's going to back their token by gold, somebody's going to back their token by real estate. These are all derivatives of whatever that thing is. And so in this comparison here, the mass and the calculations that we're looking at, if you look at, quadrillion plus value of derivatives, and if we just get a little sliver of it, right, you're talking about a serious amount of value that's parked on the XRP ledger. But then on top of that, you're also going to have cross-border payments. And so you're going to have liquidity flows that are taking place, volumes every day, that if we just get a sliver of that action, could also be valued in the trillions. So you see where this goes, where this calculation, this assumption of just getting 10% of the derivatives market, right? That's parking 10% of the derivatives within the XRP ledger. But then you also have all of the other utility that XRP ledger can be used for. And so this is where this starts to get exciting for me, folks, as I start to look at value getting parked on, in the XRP ledger, i.e., in the in the tokens that folks are going to create on the XRP ledger. And then you also have the cross-border payment, the simple payment aspect utility of the XRP ledger as well. So when you start to add all this up and you get me and you, Joe Blow, creating our little liquidity pools, but then you get, Bank of America and these other institutions that are eyeing the XRP. We just heard from Monica Long, president of Ripple, that they're starting up conversations with banks and institutions within the United States again after we've gotten this ruling. And so that's fantastic to hear. You have liquidity pools at the institutional level. You have little guys, me and you, Joe Blow, doing a little something with the XRP ledger. And then you also have folks like myself that are storing XRP on their balance sheet as a reserve. So they're taking supply out of the equation that never comes back available for XRP to be used for liquidity, for automated market makers, for NFTs, for anything else on the XRP ledger that's going to get tokenized. My XRP is not available. My XRP is on my cold storage. It's not in circulating supply. There's a portion of my XRP that will never go to an AMM. It will never go to any DeFi program. It's simply going to be tucked away, just like I tuck away my silver, right? And that's because I treat the asset as a reserve currency as well, which I get. Some people want to say that everybody should be using their XRP, spending their XRP. Well, this setup right now, I just don't feel comfortable until we've gotten a reset, and we've gone through the banking crisis, we've gone through our reset, and then we get regulations for this space. After that, then I might feel comfortable doing something with my XRP, but that's a long ways out. I want to clean up the crypto space. I want to see the banking crisis completed. I want the phoenix is going to rise from the ashes is the meme, right? We want to see it, we want to see that fire burn out. And when it's left smoldering and it's completed, then we will go see who's left standing as far as DeFi programs for our XRP, leveraging our XRP, determining whether or not XRP is done being pumped based off of speculation, or, if we still have speculation in the space at all, which I do think that we always will. There always will be a portion of speculation that is moving the XRP price. But we transitioned into a moment where it's mostly based off of utility and growth and usage of the XRP ledger, the burning of XRP in every transaction. It's so critical. And then now we're going to get the automated market makers. We're getting an update to the smart contracts. It's a beautiful thing. And, I hear a lot of people talking in the space about, well, this project can do this and it's fantastic tech and this and that. Okay, that's great that you can play with the ledger, but you need people that matter to play with the ledger. You need folks that have trillions of dollars to settle to play with the ledger. And that's what we have in the XRP Ledger ecosystem, is we have that Ripple has been working and targeting on the big banks and institutions, payment providers as well. But then they've also done NFT, grants for the small guys, $250 million NFT creator fund. There's additional grants that they're doing, tons of work that they're giving with the universities as well. And then with the XRP Ledger, how it functions here, folks say it's not meant for retail, right? It's meant for only banks and institutions. Well, that's what Ripple's focus has been on. Me and you can still use the XRP Ledger however we see fit. We can go create an XRP Ledger token with ease. We can play with the XRP Ledger. No one's going to stop us. But what really moves the needle is capturing 10% of derivatives, is capturing 10% of cross-border payments. And when you do the simple math on how much value can get parked within the XRP Ledger ecosystem and how much value needs to be moved utilizing the XRP coin token, this is one of those situations where you can't go around using the XRP token, right? If you want to use the XRP Ledger, you're going to be using the XRP token, okay? And then how much value is going to get settled on a daily basis. So there's two different scenarios. How much market cap, how much value is going to get parked on the XRP Ledger, and then how much settlement is going to be taking place on the XRP Ledger. Both use XRP. Both need a higher price for XRP, the more value we're going to move. There's a lot of tokens. There's a lot of tokens available for sure. But that supply gets eaten up very quickly as we start to get bigger players stepping into the arena as well, which is what we're seeing right now. So we're in the middle of a perfect storm, debt, currency, liquidity crisis. I've only found a few solutions that make sense. I've only found a few assets that the largest banks and institutions in the world are interested in: gold, silver, other commodity plays, along with stepping into digital assets, XRP. Some are moving into Bitcoin. We've seen how that program's worked out for countries like El Salvador, complete failure. And so we see that folks are picking Ethereum. PayPal just built their stablecoin on the Ethereum blockchain. Good luck, God bless. Let me know how it works out for you. You could have came to the XRP Ledger and not have to pay those fees, not have to deal with the BS, and not be dealing with the chain that, in my opinion, is more centralized than one would want to participate in when you're looking at ecosystems to be in. Ethereum and their move to proof of stake only benefits and moves towards more centralization going forward. And so for me, that's not of interest. But with that being said, we'll see how the program works out for the rest of these folks. What we're looking at right now is just doing the simple math that takes us somewhere fun. Last night on the Twitter spaces that we were having, by the way, make sure you guys tune in every Sunday night. We've slotted in for 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for the Twitter spaces. Make sure you guys pull up. But last night, we got folks that are, saying that certain price points are unrealistic. We shouldn't be talking about that. And I come back and I ask very simply, well, what's unrealistic? Is $10 unrealistic? Is $100 unrealistic? And they don't have a simple answer, right? If you're going to come on and you're going to, hate on folks doing the math on going to, 10% of the derivatives is going to do this. Okay, well, let's just have the conversation. And where does the rubber meet the road? Where is it actually irresponsible? Explain what is the price? Because everybody wants to hate on Moonboy and Riddler talk, and we're frustrated and this and that. I get it. Me too. That's fine. I don't do riddles anymore. I don't do decodes, and I don't care that dudes are still doing decodes. That's fine. I've chosen to spend my time in other ways. And the way that I always did decodes and still actually apply some of the knowledge there is to my trading. And we use that for shorting Bitcoin. And I've only missed once for the last year shorting Bitcoin. And I simply just added in the moon phases to that program. That's a whole other joke that I don't need to get into on this rant. But to me, it's funny, it's like if we're going to do riddles or we're going to do decodes, well, how's that going to make us make some damn money? I found a way to plug that program into our trading and that worked fine. But nonetheless, what is a reasonable expectation for XRP? For me, I don't think that we should shy away from conversations of $10 XRP, $100 XRP. And I don't even run away from the crazy talk, 4 or 5 digit XRP, $1,000 XRP, 1,859 and 23 cent XRP based off of this assumption. I don't shy away. We go to the drawing board. I should bring back up the whiteboard sessions. We go to the drawing board, we go to the whiteboard, and we do the math. We go through the assumptions. And then we ask the tough questions on who's actually using this blockchain. And for me, I've seen incredible development on the XRP Ledger in the middle of a lawsuit. Now that we've been set free, it's going to be truly incredible going forward. And for me, I'm just excited. I think our community needs to keep our eyes on the prize. We shouldn't be offended by riddles, by 589, by $10,000 XRP price prediction. The same thing happened when Bitcoin was trading for, in the dollars at $100 Bitcoin, is folks were called crazy insane for suggesting that Bitcoin could break 1,000. And look at what Bitcoin did, all the way up to 69,000. And I like to compare to, you know, what we've done as far as devaluing the US dollar over the last 100 years. We've devalued this currency about 100%. And so we're at the end of a life cycle for a fiat currency, and folks say that prices are unreasonable, this and that's unreasonable. Well, it's pretty unreasonable to me that I'm having to pay 25 bucks per pound for my steak. But that's our reality. It's unreasonable to me that I'm paying $7 for my latte in the morning, whatever the story is, right? And I'm sorry to keep on using that. I'm going to start to use other examples because I know folks are tired of hearing me talk about paying $7 for my woke latte at Starbucks, but it brings the point home, right? What else are we, you know, we're spending $4 a gallon per gas. This used to be 40, 50 cents. Now we're at $4 per gallon. Folks, I remember back when I was 18 looking to first, you know, move out, rent a place. You could get a place in my town for $800, $900. Now you can't find a place to live for less than $1,500. Now you can't find a 3-bedroom house for less than $2,000, $2,500 for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house in my community. So what's unreasonable? You know, I mean, this is the whole point. Is it was all a joke. It's all memes. It's all fun and games until you're the Weimar Republic, until you're Venezuela, until you're the Turkish lira just devalued against gold by 50% over the last 6 months. So tell me what's unreasonable. Is $10 unreasonable? Is $589 unreasonable? We are in unreasonable times. The whole world, the whole system as we know it, is burning down around us. This is never been seen before. This time it is different. It's a whole hell of a lot worse. Speaking on derivatives, we don't even know how big derivatives are because it's a shadow asset class. And folks want to say that a price point is unrealistic. Well, we're running with the assumption that the derivatives is only 1 quadrillion in this mass. True derivatives, by some estimates, could be well over 3-4 quadrillion. We don't even know. And so folks want to say that $10 is unreasonable, $100 is unreasonable. That's fine. Okay, well, explain why, you know. And so for me, what we've tried to do here on my platform is cut through the confusion, cut through the nonsense. There's a lot of BS. And I said last night on the spaces, because, you know, it's been such a hot topic lately, I don't spend my time doing decodes anymore. After I had my daughter, my family, I didn't have time for decodes anymore. But to each their own. Right? Now, is there something there with the conspiracy theories and the decodes and the riddles? There is. There is. And that's why we've been years ahead of the program. Why we've been able to call out all this. Go back. How the hell was I able to call out that on December 4th, 2021, the bear market was going to begin? How in the hell? I solved the riddle. I solved the decode. And it was nothing crazy, actually. It's called going back and looking at historical chart patterns. And for some reason, Bitcoin topped out on the new moon, December 15th, 2017. So that's how I was able to pick the date, new moon, December 4th, 2021, where part of my prediction was wrong. I thought we were going to go set a new high, December 4th, 2021, and then the bear market would begin. We didn't get a new high. So part of my decode was wrong, but we got a 40% liquidation event on that day, and the bear market did begin. So there is a way to apply understanding conspiracy theories, decodes, riddles, and this and that into a way that does benefit you, where you can see future does prove past, right? There is a way to apply it, and to each their own. For me, the rubber has to meet the road. It has to be something that I can apply to actionable advice, education for effective action. That's where it's at for me. That's where it's been out over the last year. Wasn't afraid to call it a bear market. And so for the last year, it hasn't been popular. That's not clickbait. That's not hype. Telling folks to prepare for a bear market and recession that we haven't seen for a long time. And you're going to get wiped out if you're not prepared. You can't just trade meme coins. You can't just load up on a bag of XRP and you're going to be fine. Making investments in cryptocurrency, that's just one part of it. XRP is just one part of the greatest transfer of wealth in world history. Now, we are creating generational wealth because we've balanced out the 4 pillars of life. We understand, it's health, wealth, love, and happiness. we have not just stacked a bag of XRP and thought that everything else was going to work itself out. We started a side hustle. We started our business. We scaled up our existing business. We're ready to move on real estate. We're going to just move on I just get so excited about the real estate asset class. It's going to be so much fun. We've stacked precious metals so that we have a defensive measure. And then we have, started to understand how we can utilize the XRP Ledger, not just for holding the asset, but we have automated market makers coming. We have NFTs now here. There's a lot coming for the XRP Ledger. There's a lot that we're going to be able to do. So right now I'm building out my due diligence checklist for AMMs. So when these AMMs become available, when all these DeFi programs become available, I can go through my due diligence checklist and know what I'm investing in, know where the yield's going to come from, and whether or not it's going to be sustainable, and whether or not I can trust that person with my